the provocation that goes on towards the native, I suppose, the white population, the English people, I wouldn't be surprised if they were trying to engineer a civil war in order
Mm,
to introduce way more draconian measures, because that's what they do. It's problem, reaction, solution again. And don't forget, I think it was after the Unite the Kingdom rally that you were at, and Tommy Robinson was at, that famous super far right racist thug. God, anyone else says that, I'm just going to lamp them. And it was straight after that when they blatantly said, without laughing, 26 people were arrested. 26. And the march before that, which was a pro-Palestinian march, there were hundreds apparently. And it's like, this 26 people, some of those people were on the opposing side, and quite a large proportion, I understand. But
yes.
then,
And they
then the
only
Home Secretary,
clarified that later.
yeah, and the Home Secretary afterwards straight away says we've got to clamp down on these repeating marches. And it's every week you see pro-Palestinian, anti-Jewish marches going on in the streets of London. So which they don't want to clamp down on those marches, they want to clamp down on the ones that are disagreeing with the government. The ones that you or I might attend, the UK rallies. They will do it. That's the only way they get to control the population. And the reason for doing that, no one really knows why they want to do that, or they're hell bent on doing it. But it must have something to do with the financial system. We all know that that's in trouble and there's going to be a collapse soon. And when people can't get their money, it's just going to be chaos. And they will need an army on the streets to control people. And I know I might sound like I'm mad and overthinking all of this, but when you look at the stuff and you can see it with your own eyes, and you can hear things with your own ears. And you know what George Orwell said, the final command when in 1984 was ignore the evidence of your eyes and ears, and it was their final most important command or something like that. And that's exactly what they're trying to tell you to do. But if you really open your eyes and you really listen to what people are saying, you have to ask the questions. Why would they be doing that? Why do they let those small boats turn up every day? Why do they take them to hotels? Why do they send the RNLI and the Navy in to fish them out
Mm.
of the sea? They could stop it tomorrow. They could just say, no, we're not going to let you in, and tow them back to France. None of it makes sense, Dan. And that's why I sit there thinking there must be a reason for it. And it's either the civil war, so they can introduce new measures, or they're recruiting an army to control the population when chaos
Well, I was going
ensues.